Alrighty, hello everyone, hello YouTube or wherever you're viewing me. Waiting right now to get the go-ahead that I am seen and heard, because whenever we're live it is a little bit tricky to figure it out, and I got the go-ahead that we are live. I'm being seen, I am being heard. This is all good things. I'm sorry for that phone ringing in the background. That phone never rings unless I decide I'm filming, so that's always nice. Anyway, once again, I'm going to introduce myself and this show in case this is your first time watching. So my name is Kennedy Castillo, but I just go by Kennedy C usually. I am a podcast host, a blogger, a YouTuber. So yeah, at the end of this episode, as I've been doing every day, I will tell you guys every single place where you can find me. And yeah, this show is Quarantine Chats with Kennedy, and basically I've been doing some little chats every day. Obviously we're all stuck in quarantine, and I thought these chats would be fun to do. I thought they would be informative, and I also thought that they would give you some entertainment and hopefully give you something to do while you're stuck at home. So yesterday we talked about staying connected with family and friends while social distancing. The day before that, what did we talk about the day before that? I have my notes here. Let me see. The day before that, we talked about, adjusting to online life, online school, everything like that. So today we are going to be talking about finding reliable information about COVID-19. There's a lot of crazy things on the internet, a lot of unreliable sources, and just a lot of fake news. So I want to kind of address that and talk about how to distinguish what is a reliable source, what you can trust, and what you can't. Before I go about that, I'm in no way saying I am like a professional on this topic at all, but I am a journalism student. I'm a freelance writer. I have learned a thing or two about news and media and distinguishing reliable sources. So even though I'm not saying I am the ultimate, person who should be talking about this, I do have a little bit of experience, and I thought it would be a fun topic to talk about and to share with you all. So yeah, let me just get into it. Actually, I want to say real quick, tomorrow's episode, just let me tease that real quick, is going to be about being financially conscious during the pandemic, and I may or may not have a guest tomorrow. I'm going to go into more detail at the end of this episode, but tomorrow's episode is going to be a little different as far as timing and what exactly the structure of it and how it's going to go on. But for now, let's have today's episode, and then we can worry about tomorrow's. All right, so like I said, there's a lot of fake news, a lot of sites that are not connected, or affiliated with a reliable news outlet. So that's the number one thing I would say to check. First of all, where is this coming from? Now, social media, there's always going to be links and just a bunch of crazy fake news. I think social media, specifically Facebook, is one of the worst places to get news. However, once in a while, those links are correct. So how can you figure out what's real or fake? First of all, once you click something, check what's the website, what is this source. There's a lot of fake newspapers out there, fake news sites. You want to kind of look and say, okay, have I heard of this? Is this something reliable? I would say trust the major news sites more than anything else. And you probably have a good idea of what news sources you like, and so trust those news sources. Links. Be careful with links as well, because a lot of times they will clickbait you. So they'll give you some, some headline that says something that seems interesting or important regarding the virus. Then you go click it, and the link itself is a whole kind of different virus, because it's hackers, and so be weary of that. Be careful of that. Also, word of mouth. A lot of people, there's a lot of rumors, a lot of stuff during this time of panic. People start saying things, or they think something's true, and or they misread something and now they're spreading these fake things. So again, trust a reliable news source, trust someone credible. Don't just believe everything you hear from word of mouth or Facebook or anything like that. Playing off of that, healthcare professionals. Even on YouTube, here on YouTube or online, there's a lot of people that claim to be healthcare professionals. Now, some of them might be, but a lot of them might not be. The problem here is that what is a healthcare professional in their definition? Is that a med school student? Is that a nurse? Is that a doctor? There's no way to really tell because the term is just being thrown around by some people. And then the second thing is, they might not even be any of those. They might just be somebody claiming to be to be a healthcare professional, and you don't know the difference because, unfortunately, if you don't know them and they're just posting on YouTube or wherever, then it's hard to tell the difference. So that's, again, be very weary of that. Just be wary of that. You never know who's who. It's very simple to create a YouTube channel, as I know from experience. There's little kids with YouTube channels, so just because somebody claims to be somebody on YouTube or Facebook or any of those other places where it's easy to, be there, then don't necessarily believe them. Speaking of YouTube, there is a tab on YouTube right now. Let me try to see if I can pull this up on my phone so I can show you guys. Actually, it might not be the same on the phone. Oh, is it this? No, okay. Never mind. I would show you guys, but it is kind of different on the phone. But when you go to YouTube on the computer, there is a tab specifically about COVID-19, and it's video information about the virus, all from reliable sources. So YouTube has already checked these sources for you. And there you'll be able to find all sorts of things. You'll be able to find if your state had any press conferences, or even, if the White House had any press conferences or briefings. All that kind of stuff. Doctors, but reliable doctors that YouTube did verify that they're credible, are on there as well. So lots of good stuff. And there's a ton. There's even more entertaining videos, but they have already been fact checked by YouTube. So that's a great source right there. Another great source, or two of the best sources, would be to check with the CDC or the World Health Organization. Those are two of the big kind of global organizations that are dealing with the pandemic, and they're most likely to bring you the best information. You can always check their website, and that is probably going to be the two best sources that you can use. Now, that's in terms of the virus itself. However, if you're looking for information regarding any kind of orders, stay-at-home orders, curfews, anything like that, the best place to turn would be your state officials or your local, even more local, like city officials, and you're going to find information there regarding whether there's curfews or stay-at-home orders or anything like that, which I think at this point, for the most part, I think everyone is kind of under a stay-at-home order, even regardless of where you are. But of course, like I said, the best way would be to check directly with your state or your local officials. And then this is something you have to judge on your own. It's more based on each person or each area more so. But there should be some kind of reliable news station, and then another, like a reliable newspaper as well in your area. So you can always check to those, as long as you know, okay, this is for the area, they're right. You can always use that as a source as well, and that's a great source to use because you're getting the direct information that affects you. So you definitely want to stay up to date on what's happening, stay up to date on what applies to you, what applies to your area, what's happening, stay informed. I do want to stress, though, that there's no need to harp on it too much. Now, that doesn't sound exactly right, but what I mean, and let me explain myself, is be informed, do the best you can do, practice social distancing and everything like that, but do not become obsessive. There's no need to be reading article after article after article. All that's going to do is create more panic than necessary. If we all do our part and we are informed and we read a few articles a day, important ones that just keep us informed rather than just scaring ourselves and creating more of a panic, that's the best thing that you can do. You don't want to just worry yourself more than you need to. There's a good amount of worry, and then there's an over-the-top amount of worry. So try to find your balance. Also, let me see. Actually, I think this has been a short episode. Let me talk a little bit more. I know I have more stuff unrelated to the episode, but I don't want to just stop the quarantine chat yet. So, what else can I tell you guys? Also, there are a lot of doctors, or even, again, make sure you're checking with the right ones and the proper healthcare professionals. There's also the World Health Organization. They've been doing a lot of live videos, and there's a lot of resources out there. So make sure you're checking all those resources. As long as they're reliable, it's great to stay informed. Again, don't become obsessive and panic more than you need to, but it's a great thing to do. Let me see. I wanted to talk to you guys about tomorrow's episode. Today's episode is a little shorter, which is fine. Sometimes we have shorter episodes, sometimes we have longer ones. And who knows, I think maybe we might extend the show at least till next week. I know that social distancing has been extended for really the whole rest of the month. Happy April, by the way. It's a new month. March was a little hard for us. I know we're still dealing with this, but happy April, we'll get through this. So what I was going to say though is that I think I'm going to extend the show one more week because it looks like we'll still be in quarantine. But I'll let you guys know for sure. The great thing I love about the show, personally for me, is that it gives me a reason to get ready, a reason to be in front of the camera, a reason to just feel like I am connected with you guys. But if I do extend the show a week, I will still upload my normal YouTube videos as well, because I know this week I kind of canceled all my regular YouTube videos for this show. Next week I don't want to do that. I want to still do the show probably, but I want to kind of continue with my regular YouTube videos as well. So anyway, tomorrow's episode is what I really wanted to talk about. So like I said, tomorrow's episode, we're talking about, let me just make sure, being financially conscious during the pandemic. I know a lot of people are losing their jobs right now, which is so unfortunate. I know, times are tough, not just in terms of getting sick, but all the everything that comes with it. So we'll talk about that tomorrow, but it's going to be a little different. I will not be live at 3:30 tomorrow. I'm thinking I'll be live somewhere closer to like 6:30, but I will officially schedule a time a little bit later today. So if you head on over to my YouTube channel later today, you'll see a scheduled live. Whatever time is on there is the time that I will be going live. Remember, I am in the Central Time Zone. You can always set a reminder, though, for when I go live. And the other thing about tomorrow's episode is that tomorrow is Thursday. Now, if you guys didn't know, I have a podcast called the Simply Kennedy Podcast, which airs every Thursday. I thought, instead of filming this show and filming a podcast episode and all that, I thought I would kind of kill two birds with one stone. And tomorrow, this show will double as a podcast episode. So the way that's going to work is I'll have my microphones out, maybe more than one. Again, there might be a guest. I'll have my microphones out. I will be live streaming while simultaneously recording the sound. So the way that'll work is for the podcast episode, as usual, it'll be just sound. It'll be everywhere where my podcast is normally available. And then at the same time, I will be live streaming this on YouTube just like this. So, a little bit different, but that's what's happening. Again, I still have not figured out how to get this onto Instagram TV. I am trying my hardest. We'll see if this happens or not. For now, though, it will be here. There will be a link as well on Facebook. Also, do give, if you're not watching this live, you probably keep hearing me saying that the show is at 3:30 Central Time. However, after the live stream ends, it usually takes about an hour or two for this to be up on the channel. So just wanted to talk about that. But anyway, I told you guys I would let you know everywhere where this show, or I'm sorry, not where the show, where I can be found online. So you can find me on Facebook, Kennedy C Media, that is the name of the page. Instagram at KennedyC_blog. KennedyCblog.com is my blog. Here on YouTube, Kennedy Castillo, that's KennedyCastillo. I have weekly videos, except for this week because I'm doing the show. You can find my podcast on anchor.fm/KennedyC. On there, you can send me listener messages, or you can support my podcast with a small financial donation. Which, again, I have been emphasizing this every day of the week, and I'm going to give you guys my Patreon right now as well. But please, if you are going to donate anywhere right now, donate to somebody, an organization that you like that is helping people during this time of crisis. And then if you still have money left over to donate, you can donate to me, a small content creator. But first and foremost, donate to those who really need it right now. But anyway, yes, my podcast, you can either go to anchor.fm/KennedyC, or you can search Simply Kennedy on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all of those places. KennedyCDigitalArt.com is my digital art portfolio, and there you can request commissions. I can draw all sorts of fun digital art for you. What else? Oh, Patreon is patreon.com/KennedyCmedia. Again, donate first and foremost to organizations right now that are helping people out, and then if you still want to donate, you can come donate to me, a small content creator. And there was one more. Oh, my TikTok, if you guys want to follow me on TikTok, which I can't even believe I'm saying this, but it's OMG_Kennedy. So those are all the places that you can find me. Again, I will be here tomorrow, not at 3:30 Central, so please make sure you come back in about an hour or two. Or before the end of the day. I'm not going to say when. Come back before the end of the day. Click on my YouTube channel. Click on videos. There should be a scheduled live. Check what time it's going to be at tomorrow. And I will also post that on the Kennedy C Media Facebook and everywhere else I can. But just don't forget, set a reminder. I'll be here tomorrow for the show. Happy April Fool's Day. Happy April. Wishing you guys the best right now. It's a new month. We're going to get through this. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I hope you guys tune in again tomorrow.